MD1, happy Friday. Let's go ahead, let's talk about what your jobs are for today. So first things first, we are on the class website. I'm going to come over to assignments where it's the week of the 5th through the 8th, and we are on Friday. It is January 8th, 2021. And you're going to see we have our schedule for today. As always, we start with our morning work. Our morning work is going to again be grammar related, and so we are working on review this week. So we've reviewed so far nouns and verbs. Today we are going to review adjectives. I know it says verbs right here. I will fix that. But we are working on adjectives for this Friday. And so you're going to see again you have a total of 3 slides. Slide number 1, first things first, you are going to read or listen to what is on this anchor chart. This anchor chart is going to go over examples of adjectives and explain what exactly an adjective is. An adjective is a word that describes a noun, and again, it's going to give you examples. So again, your job is to either listen by clicking on the speaker or to read yourself what's on this anchor chart. Then you're going to move on to the second half of this slide, and you are going to complete these examples. So you can see that for each of these examples, you're going to have a sentence, and you have to determine what the adjective is. And so you can see in this example, it says, Jose drives a beautiful car with shiny wheels. In this sentence, there are 2 adjectives. Go ahead and really be careful because a lot of these examples, not all, but a lot of these examples that you are doing have 2 adjectives. So make sure you're really paying attention because you're going to have to get all the adjectives in each sentence. So keep that in mind. Again, you can listen to the audio if you need the sentences read aloud to you, or you can just go ahead and you can read it yourself and answer the prompt, which is the adjective is blank. Then you're going to move on to slide number 2. Slide number 2, I know it's different than yesterday and the day before, where you were just reading or listening to more about nouns and verbs, but today we're continuing to talk about adjectives, and so you do have a job on slide number 2. Slide number 2, you are going to sort. You're going to determine, is it a noun or is it an adjective? Remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing, right? And then adjectives describe the nouns. And so you're going to go through, decide, cookie, is it a noun or is it an adjective? Pretty, is it a noun or is it an adjective? And so you're going to go through and you are going to sort them. Then slide number 3, I am so excited for this one. For slide number 3, you are going to go ahead, you are going to insert a picture of yourself. So again, reminder, I'm just having a hard time speaking this morning. We are going to insert a selfie. We're going to come to insert image, camera, remember, and then you're going to go ahead, you are going to take a picture. Perfect, insert, and you are going to insert it right here. Then you're going to go ahead, you are going to type some adjectives that describe you. And so, for example, I would say funny, loud, I would say redhead, even though it's not really red. And then you can go ahead, you can go through. Again, the requirement, as I say on the with the audio, is you must at least come up with 4 adjectives to describe yourself. There's 6 available. You do not have to do all 6. You have to do at least 4. So keep that in mind. Of course, it would be really awesome if we were able to do more than 4. That would be really great. That'd be superstar move right there, but you do not have to do that. So just keep that in mind. And so that would be your adjective review. Then we have our journal prompt. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to click on it. Remember, you're going to do this in your physical journal. It is Flashback Friday. And so Flashback Friday, again, you can click this audio to have it read aloud too. but in 5 to 6 sentences. Again, 5 to 6 sentences. Write about a time you visited family or friends. And so this is going to be, I really like this prompt. I think this is fun, especially maybe if you visited family or friends for the holidays. You can write about that. And then sentence frames and starters, you're going to go through and you're going to respond to this prompt, and you can use these sentence frames and starters if you need to. Then we have our Zoom. After our Zoom, we're going to end around that 9:55 time. We are going to have art at 10 o'clock. Make sure that you guys arrive on time for Mrs. Matson. I know she's going to be really excited to see you guys. So again, you have art at 10 o'clock. You're just going to go ahead. You're going to click the Van Gogh. And you're going to go ahead. You're going to click here. And you're going to see we have our specials. And so you're going to go ahead. Art is our pink button. You're going to click the pink button and it will take you straight to the Zoom. Real quick, this is also a reminder. Make sure when we are commenting on posts, you can see this is a lot. And Miss Walsh now has to go through and delete every single one individually. So just make sure that you guys are keeping the comments relative to the post. And so if you're asking questions, that's great, but again, if you are doing like, hey guys, like quick little messages, that's fine. But you could see in that post right there, that was a lot. And so just make sure that you guys are being very conscious of what you are posting and commenting on our Google Classroom posts. So just keep that in mind. And then we have our break after art. You know, you have Zooms back to back. You need a break. Take that break, please. And after your break, you're going to come back. There is our D1 Essential Agreements. You are going to click on this fancy pen. And you are going to see we have a slideshow. You can see right here, it says this is a shared document. When I mean shared document, I mean every single one of us have access to this one document, meaning whatever Dom may do to the document, Maddie will be able to see. Whatever Maddie does to the document, Brianna will be able to see. Whatever Brianna does to the document, Sawyer will be able to see, and so on. And so just keep that in mind. All you are doing is you are typing your signature. So you're going to click erase and you are going to write your name. And so you can go back. You can change the color. So maybe I want to do like this fun blue color. And I can change the font. I can change it to whatever font I would like to. So maybe I want to do this one. And so on. So you guys are just going to go ahead. If you know that there's already names here, because you'll see that this one says Miss Walsh. All you have to do is press space. You can press the space button twice and then write your name. So if I'm Sawyer, I would just go ahead and I would write Sawyer. And then if I was Brianna and I came on here, I'd space, Brianna. And so on. So just keep that in mind for this assignment. Do not delete anyone's name. Know that Miss Walsh can see what was edited. It shows Miss Walsh like a timeline and it shows who deleted what. And so make sure you're not deleting other people's work. Otherwise, I'm going to have to reach out to you. And so, yeah, so just keep that in mind. All right. And again, when you are picking colors and fonts, make sure that it's still legible, meaning I can read it. So it probably would not make sense to pick a really pale yellow color because Ms. Walsh wouldn't be able to read that. Or a crazy, really cursive font, maybe not. So just keep that in mind. And then after you complete that job, you have your inch and miles. We are going to finish the rest of the story today. And so we're going to go ahead, we are going to click on the assignment. You are going to listen to the rest of the story. And so again, just like yesterday, it's going to continue where we left off. We left off talking about action. And so it's going to start where we left off. We left off talking about action, and so it will start up where, again, we left off. Perfect. And so then it's just going to go ahead and continue on after, and you are just going to listen to the rest of the story. After you finish listening to the rest of the story, you are going to come down to slide number 2. You are going to choose at least one of the traits. So we are practicing our stamina. We're practicing listening to more of a story, longer bits of a story at a time. And so just keep that in mind. So our first day when we read this, we only read for a couple of minutes, and then we read for a couple more minutes, and now we're going to read for a longer bit of time. Or rather, listen to the story for a longer bit of time. So just keep that in mind if you're like, whoa, Miss Walsh, there's a lot of different skills we're talking about here, or different traits we're talking about here. Yes, because we're practicing our stamina as well. And so you're going to choose at least one of the traits discussed from today's reading: determination, fitness, skill, team spirit, poise, confidence, and or personal best. You do not have to do all of them. You must do one, but you may do more if you would like. I had some friends that did a couple of them, and I think that's really awesome, especially if you finish early. Go back and complete some more, right? You have that option. You must write 5 sentences about why that trait is an important part of success and how you can practice that skill in your daily life. You have sentence frames here. Miss Walsh is providing you with these tools. So, for example, I noticed yesterday while I was going through and grading, I'm going to create a text box. I had some friends that were like this. Determination is good. It is helpful. And that's it. That's not very descriptive, and I know right away that this is somebody who's not trying their personal best. So you need to go back. If you did not listen to the whole story, then you need to do that, because they explain in the story how determination or how all the other traits lead to success. And so this tells me right away that you are not paying attention during the story, and it also tells me that you're not taking your work seriously. So you need to go back. If you are one of my friends who is writing like this, go back then and decide what you need to do, problem solve, to make sure that you are writing complete sentences, and you should have at least 5. Again, Miss Walsh is providing you with sentence frames, and so there really is no excuse for sentences that are incomplete and are not very descriptive. So again, make sure that you are using these sentence frames if you need them. If you don't need them, great. But if you know that you're kind of struggling formulating sentences, use these sentence frames. That is what they're here for. So just keep that in mind. And please make sure you draw a picture of the skill and insert it into your slide. I have friends who are not inserting pictures. That is part of the job. It says it right here. So please make sure you go back, you insert a picture of it, and put it in this top portion of the box. Then we have lunch. After your lunch, you're going to go ahead, you're going to do your typed weekly journal prompt. I'm going to click on the blue journal. I click on the blue journal. You are going to be typing Thursday's journal prompt. So remember, yesterday's journal prompt, you were telling me your thoughts and feelings about the best breakfast cereal. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on this text box. You are going to delete these items, and you are going to write your 5 to 6 sentences about the best breakfast cereal. You need to make sure that they are complete sentences. I'm still seeing some friends who are not putting periods, and I'm also seeing some friends that are making their I's lowercase, like that, and that's driving me cuckoo. cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You guys know that you need to press Shift I so it is capitalized. So if you know that you have been doing lowercase i's, make sure you fix it. And then also periods. You need punctuation at the end of your sentences. So keep that in mind. You have this rubric as well if you'd like to look at it, and it will tell you exactly what my expectations are and how I am grading your journal prompts. Then finally you have your digital citizenship jobs. First you have your video, then your reflection. You're going to watch the video, click on the video camera, and you're going to see we are talking about super digital citizens. You are going to watch the video. We have our friends. Awesome. So you're going to go ahead, you're going to watch this video. After you watch this video, you're going to come and you're going to click on this little kapow. And you're going to see you have your reflection. For your reflection, you are going to respond to the following questions. Again, Miss Walsh has made audio for you if you need it, for the questions to be read aloud to you. So after watching the digital citizenship video, you are going to answer these questions. Your answers need to be in complete sentences. I've seen a couple of friends. So it says, for example, number 1, what does a super digital citizen do? I've seen friends who've given me one-word answers like this: help. That doesn't tell me that you watched the video. This also tells me that you don't understand what a digital citizen does. Help, what do you mean help? They help in the kitchen, they help do chores. What does that mean? So you need to make sure that you are creating complete sentences and they answer the question specifically. So make sure you go through, you're watching and you're paying attention. You're not just sitting there while the video is playing. You're actually paying attention to what's being said in the video. So that way you can answer these questions effectively. And then after you complete that, it is cleanup and you are done for the day. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I can't wait to see you guys at Zoom, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye, D1.